girl glares at the sun. A niggling sound came to her ears. The teacher called out many times. Then the girl followed her back to the classroom. And in the school today, they're going to hold a meaningful school festival. The teachers have chosen the best idea for the celebration. The idea came from Annie. The idea was for the students to leave their drawings. They'll put them in a time capsule and bury them in the ground. And wait, 50 years later, a group of kids their age will open the time capsule and take a peek at their drawings. The kids were so happy. They all started working on their drawings. But Annie's not like them. She was writing numbers at a rapid pace. She didn't listen to the teacher's questions until the teacher took her work away. After the principal's speech, the time capsule will be sealed. But Annie seemed to be having none of it. After the time capsule was sealed, the teacher realized that Annie was gone. Look at the balloon that was released by mistake. It meant that Annie wasn't as simple as leaving the venue. She had indeed disappeared. The school organized a search, but there was no sign of Annie all day. The parents were desperate until the teacher came down to the basement and opened the door to the warehouse. She found Annie with blood on her hands. 50 years later, it's now 2009. The school took out the time capsule as promised and handed out the drawings inside. Some got rockets, some got flying saucers. The children were very happy, but one of them, a boy, was a little sad because all he got was a piece of paper with numbers written on it. And as the boy wondered, a man in black was staring at him from afar. Kale thought the numbers might be something more, and he told his father it could be a puzzle or something that might have a special meaning. The father told Kale even then he shouldn't bring it home because it's school stuff. Although the father said that the son, but himself was careless in placing the glass on the waste paper. John quickly wiped it up, but just then, he found a familiar number on the paper. The man decided to copy it down and study it, and after disassembling it several times, John got a combination that looked like a date. John quickly checked the internet. That day was the 9/11 incident that had rocked the whole United States, and the number 2996 at the end was the number of people who died on that day. John thought it was weird that these numbers were written in 1959, when the time capsule was dug up. He also happened to be at the scene. In order to prove that this is just a coincidence, John copied down all the numbers, split it up and entered it into the computer again to check. But it was a shock. Each date was the date of a globally recognized catastrophe, and the death tolls all matched, but there were numbers after each death. John was never able to decipher the meaning. After dropping his son off at school, John went to the observatory in Massachusetts where he worked. He explained it to his colleagues. According to the numbers, a catastrophe will be launched tomorrow. The death toll is 81, but his co-worker didn't believe it. He thought someone had written it down. Both of them are scientists. The co-worker thinks John's full of shit. Maybe it was the loss of his wife that made John lose his mind. John didn't want to explain himself. He picked up all his belongings and left to find out the truth. John found Annie's teacher, and although she was old, but she remembered Annie very well. She was a sad little girl. The day the time capsule was buried, all the children were excited. Only Annie seemed sad. Annie disappeared during the school ceremony. She was finally found in the gym storage room. She had blood on her fingertips, just to write some numbers on the door. The teacher knew something must have frightened the child, but there was no way to get her to talk. John took out the piece of paper. The teacher looked at it, but it's been 50 years. She really didn't dare to confirm it.